Hello and welcome to another edition of Insight, the Greater Cleveland Partnership feature that focuses upon issues of importance to the greater Cleveland business community. I'm Steve Leutner, and joining me today is Marty McCann, Vice President of State and Local Government Affairs for the Greater Cleveland Partnership. Hi, Marty.
Hi, Steve.
Marty, today you and I are going to be talking about the state capital budget bill. Let's just start off with what is it, and also touch upon this hasn't been before us for a number of years, is that right?
Correct. Every couple of years the state passes a state capital budget bill where they fund improvements for some of the state-owned facilities across the state. Every 2 years when they were doing this, they would fund a pot of community improvement projects, and they haven't done that portion of the bill in the last 6 years. They've done state capital bills, but they haven't done that portion, and this year they're actually embarking on a process to have community projects included.
What is Greater Cleveland Partnership's role in this?
So Greater Cleveland Partnership was asked by the Governor's administration to prioritize projects for the Northeast Ohio community, to develop a unified priority list, including a number of partners to really say what will maximize economic impact for the region. So GCP embarked on a process over the course of a couple of months to get a number of proposals from potential project sponsors and to evaluate those and to ultimately come up with a list.
So you got all these suggestions and recommendations in, and then you went through a process and winnowed those down.
Correct. We received about 46 projects for economic development funding as part of this bill, and of a total of about $65 million in requests, and we really had to hone that down to what we thought was a reasonable amount and a strong list of projects that we thought could receive funding from the state.
So ultimately, you came up with 9 separate projects. Is that right?
We did. We came up with 9 projects, and we did that by first establishing some criteria to measure some of these projects against, and worked with our members and some staff that we have in-house to sort of figure out what criteria we would measure these by, and then ultimately to prioritize a list.
Now, these are community improvement projects separate from the arts, which is a whole separate category or process, right?
Correct. This is the first time actually they're using a separate arts track on a statewide level to evaluate arts projects. So we are mindful of that, but we weren't as involved in that as we are the economic development side.
Now, as I understand it, the projects that you have recommended, a lot of them deal with something that's near and dear to the hearts of greater Clevelanders. It's gaining greater access to the lakefront and the waterfront. Is that right?
Correct. 6 of our 9 prioritized projects have something to do with lakefront and waterfront access. So our top priority project is the Cleveland Lakefront Access Walkway that would reach from Mall C down to right in front of the Great Lakes Science Center. And would really connect what we think are a number of emerging assets that we have in our downtown district with our best asset, which is the waterfront. And so we really think that that's a key project that we're hopeful the state will fund. There are also a number of other projects related to the lake and waterfront. We have a project with the Flats East Bank, a parkway over there, and also some projects on the east and west side of town, one in Euclid and another project in the city of Lakewood, where they're trying to improve their waterfront access as well. And so we're really hopeful that when the state looks at this as a package that we'll get some favorable response.
So I want to go back to this walkway just for a moment. It would connect downtown right to the lakefront. You'd be able to walk or ride your bike along this. Would span the tracks there, right?
Yeah, correct. It would span the tracks. It would span the highway there. And it would really, I mean, if you're standing at our new convention center that we're fortunate to have, there isn't an easy way to get from there right over to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, to Voinovich Park, and to the Great Lakes Science Center. And we see this project as a pedestrian walkway and bikeway as a way to get there much easier than we currently have, which is around East 9th or around West 3rd. So.
Well, let's hope that happens. What's the time span on this? When do you think we will learn of which of these projects is a go?
We expect to see a bill introduction very soon, and we expect it to move swiftly through both chambers of the General Assembly.
Well, let's hope that happens. If people want to know more information about this, how can they get more information?
They can go to gcpartnership.com/capital bill, and there's some information there.
Thanks, Marty.
Thanks, Steve.
And thanks for watching another edition of Insight. In the weeks and months ahead, we'll be exploring more issues of importance to the greater Cleveland business community. Thanks again.